this is Nichi from My Healthy Beginning, and today I'm going to share with you easy meal planning tips because it's a thing for everybody, no matter if you're like a single jet setter or you've got a family of 8. It is really it's something confronting that every family really has to deal with and manage. So the top 3 issues I see with meal planning are time, and time. So we don't have time to grocery shop. So thankfully, we've got these really great online options, which are so fantastic. And there's so many grocery stores online, and then you have like Instacarts, and then you have Thrive Market, and even Amazon and Target, Costco. Like they're all starting to get onto the food and grocery movement wagon of delivery. So that's really great. And actually, back a recent blog post, maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, we did on sourcing whole foods. A lot of those resources are there, but maybe Elaine, we should plug those in. If you remind me, we'll plug those in to this post as well. And so we don't have time to grocery shop. We don't have time to prep our food, which also then good thing we can now purchase many vegetables already prepped, along with all the meal prep companies that are out there, like HelloFresh and maybe Sunbasket. I can't remember all the names, but we have these options, and there are paleo options and there's kind of standard options. So you really can find something that will work for every family system. And again, even if you're single, it could totally work for you and be something that you could, freeze and reuse or use leftovers for. And the third thing is we don't have time to plan what we want to eat. So we won't actually sit down to even think about it because the overwhelm of, I don't have time to do this. This is going to take me 3 hours. My kids need me. I need to, get and drive somewhere. Now I'm doing distance learning. Like there's so many things that are showing up as obstacles and things that are getting in the way around that. So I'm going to break it down and make it pretty simple with 4 easy steps for you. And we just end up winging it, right? When we just wing it. And so then you just pull out what you have and when you have it. I know one of the things I've shared a lot is we do more meal planning during the school year. That's where I need a little more organization. For the summer, I just know we have a freezer full of meat, and I know we always have, veggies and produce on the kitchen counter and in the fridge. So for me, might be a little bit boring, but we can throw something in the Instant Pot in the oven or on the grill and make up some veggies, and everybody has food. So I don't get super planny in the summer. That's just something to think about. But every family is different. So if you have questions and comments, you might want to just pop those in. I'm happy to take them on. We don't want to wing it. We don't want to eat refined convenience foods. It isn't what we actually want for our family. So we have to get to the how of it, okay? So 4 simple tips for easy meal planning. So tip number 1, only plan for 3 to 4 dinners. So nobody needs to win like the June Cleaver Award of like the big, beautiful meats and potatoes. I'm always like, when I watch the Andy Griffith Show with Odin, I'm always so amazed at like all the beautiful serving dishes that they have out. And I'm like, oh, that's a nice little luncheon. Oh my gosh, where's like the big pot and everybody scoops into it, right? So it doesn't have to be a big spread like that. It can be really, really simple. And I think that starts with actually scaling back. The first problem I see around time is when we see meal planning, we think we have to plan for the next 217 days, and that is overwhelming and too much. So scale it back to not even the next month, not even the next 2 weeks, but literally only the next week. And my advice to you is only plan for 3 to 4 actual dinners, because we know at the end of the day, there's a night that our spouse or significant other works late and we do what we do. There's a leftovers night. There's a, there's a pizza night. There's a going to grandma's house for dinner night. So stuff like that always happens. So the reality is your family might only be sitting down 3 to 4 times together. And then you can, rely on the fact that you have that planned out and you can choose when you want to use those ingredients and make that meal. So 3 to 4 dinners for your week, only plan for that. Number 2, keep it simple, silly. So routine and structure are super helpful. As much as we resist putting that in place, it will probably only take you 10 or 15 minutes to choose a theme for your dinners. That might seem kind of cheesy, but it will give you freedom in choosing recipes and meals. Now, this is, if you want to spend more time on this, you can get your family involved in this. Right now, we have a pretty great setup because our girls are older, they're 12 and 16. And part of their kind of weekly commission that we call it is there's things they have to do because they're siblings and they live under our roof. And then there are things that they can do for commission. And one of them is making dinner once a week. So Annie likes to do it on Monday nights and Sunny likes to do it on Tuesday nights when I work late. It's amazing because in the past I would spend Sundays cooking for 3 hours to make sure Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights that we had meals. And then when I'm home, the end of my week, I could make up the difference in the end. So your family rhythm and schedule and structure will change over time. And I'm a big advocate of when and how you can enroll your kids, do that. That being said, if they're like 4 and 6 and the thought of it makes you absolutely crazy, then don't. Look to just find where maybe they can get involved with their grocery shopping or something, okay? But really, really keep it simple. So if we're looking at putting in themes, let's choose 4. Let's just say one dinner is going to be Mexican night. One dinner is going to be Italian night. One dinner might be like breakfast night. And then one dinner could be seafood night. So those are some themes, but you could do like soup and stew night, soup and salad night, pasta night, sheet pan night, instant pot night, crock pot night. One could be takeout. Like that might just work for you to be like, oh, okay, cool. One of those 4 nights is takeout. I only have to think of 3 nights. Or every Friday night we do pizza. So that's like a freebie. I don't have to think about that. So you could also think about those meal delivery kits. Like, so maybe Thursdays you have that delivered and that buys you 2 weekend meals or something. The other would be like hot sandwich night. Okay, so there's like no end to how easy this is. One is breakfast for dinner night. So simple. And then the third is find your recipes. So once you have figured out what your theme is, then just choose a recipe. And this doesn't have to take very long at all. This really depends on whether you get a kick out of hanging out with your cookbooks. I do. Or if you get sucked into social media. Social media is an amazing place. Real food bloggers, Pinterest, like it's so fun and it's total eye candy. And we all love that. But the bottom line is we don't have very much time. You might be like, I don't have time to meal plan. And then 39 minutes later, you're scrolling on Pinterest and you're now picking out like tile for your bathroom instead of what you should be doing. And that is the reality. We all know that's the reality. So to handle that, I would say like maybe just set an alarm so that you're like, I am in and out of social media. I am in and out of my cookbooks, or the back of your head. Like you don't have to go to any great lengths to do this. Some of it is we just have recipes we've grown up with and that we know what we need, right? So say for dinner number 1, Mexican, let's just call it burrito bowl. Dinner number 2, Italian, let's call it antipasto and tossed salad night. Number 3 for seafood night, let's call it salmon with pesto and brown rice. And then number 4, the breakfast night, egg bake and tropical smoothies. Done. Super easy. To make it even easier, you could just double what you make. And then you have not just 3 to 4 meals, but then you have 6 to 8 meals. So you have lunches, you have extra to freeze, or sometimes I even like to just freeze the prepped ingredients and just put the name on the bag. So I know like, oh yeah, when I go to make that grain-free, like a chicken pot pie recipe, I already have the crust in there and I already have all the veggie fillings. I just need to really quickly shred up like a rotisserie chicken tonight and it's a done deal and it's going to feel like I was in the kitchen for 2 hours. So you can buy yourself time along the way by getting kind of crafty with how you're using your time while you're doing the work anyway. So then the fourth tip, okay, of just putting all this together for simple, easy meal planning is put together your ingredient list. Take a quick look at what you already have. I'm kind of a fan of like, okay, I know I have 3 cans of diced tomatoes in there, but I'm just going to order it or put it on my list for whoever's going to the grocery store. I'd rather have more than not enough. But that's just me. Set a shopping day or order your groceries online. And again, kind of a time frame. And the beautiful thing about ordering our groceries online is it just doesn't take nearly as long, right? You're not going to be gone for an hour or hour and a half and then end up running more errands and spending more money because you see the end cap sales and you see all the things going on. And you can just pop in and pop out of whatever your online ordering system is for groceries. Then it's more of a one and done deal. You'll save money and you will save time and you can wear your pajamas. That's always awesome. So those are my 4 simple, easy meal planning tips to save you time, and some money. Leave a comment or question below, and we'd be happy to answer them for you. When you are ready to take your health to that optimal level, we can help you here at My Healthy Beginning with our nutrition response testing, Psych-K session offerings, and nutrition coaching. Give us a call at 612-418-3801 or find us online at myhealthybeginning.com. Thanks for joining us.